Welcome, Heretics, to Heretic Wargaming once again. I'm here with Josh. Hi, Josh.
Hello.
We actually did film. Sorry, I got you in the back there.
You're good, man.
We did actually film a battle report not too long ago, and it just so happened that the GoPro didn't work. So now we're refilming another battle report. Luckily, which is great, Josh went ahead and painted his whole army. So he actually painted this entire thing in, what, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
About 2
About
weeks?
2 weeks.
Which is really, really good. And Josh's level of painting has definitely increased. So it's weird stuff, weird mixed chaos versus Primaris Marines mainly. So, and I guess we'll start with my list while Josh is getting ready. We have a Demon Battalion, and the Demon Battalion consists of 3 Nurgling units, a unit of 30 Plague Bearers with just the banner, so I do not actually have the Instrument Bearer. I just didn't have a painted Instrument Bearer. And 20 Pink Horrors, just normal Pink Horrors. And I actually have points left over to split twice, so that's why I got 2 guys here. Then we got a Poxbringer and a Change Caster right there. So, and Poxbringer is going to have Miasma, and the Change Caster is going to take Flickering Flames and the reroll, Gaze of Fate or whatever. So, then I've got a weird detachment here. It's actually 1,000 Suns Supreme Command, and because it's got an elite, and I do not have Occult Terminators, I was like, well, you know what? Let's try some Blight Lords. So I do lose the plus 6 inches, and I do not have the stratagems, but let's test it out. So I got the 10 Blight Lord Terminators with 2 flails, bunch of bolters, some axes, yeah, the normal stuff. 2 Demon Princes of Tzeentch, and they both have dual talons, and Ahriman heading up the pack there. And then we have my specialist detachment. This right here is actually the, what is it, the Devastation? Yeah, Devastation Squad or whatever from Vigilus. So this is actually a Chaos Lord with Jump Pack. He has a Thunder Hammer and a Combi Bolter. And he will have the Warlord trait that allows me to reroll 1s against vehicles. And then, yeah. I think that was all I took. Forget, yeah, that was his Warlord trait, and his relic is the Exoskeleton. That's right. He has the Exoskeleton relic, which gives him a 2-up save. So basically, he is a flying Terminator, which should be fun. We'll see what happens. And then I have 10 Cultists, because it's a patrol detachment, and 3 Marcus Slanesh Obliterators. And I forgot to mention, this is actually an Iron Wars detachment. I thought very hard, and I figured, you know, hey, removing cover actually might not be a bad thing against armies. So I was in between Alpha Legion and Iron Wars, so we'll test this out. So this is actually 2,000 points. So let's go over to Josh and see what he's got. What do you got, Josh?
Alright, so we're starting off, everything's Primaris, Raven Guard throughout. We're starting off with an Outrider detachment with 2 Suppressor squads, Inceptor squad with the Assault Bolters, Lieutenant. Then we're going over here to the Vanguard with the Aggressors with the Boltstorm Gauntlets, an Apothecary. I don't have one painted right now, so
Yeah.
it's proxied in. The Standard Bearer and regular Librarian. He's the Phobos character, but I like him more than the regular Librarian. So he's going to stand in as the Librarian for the HQ for that.
Okay, so normal Librarian.
Yes, then we're going over here to our battalion, which is going to be the Vigilus upgrade for the veterans.
Okay,
So
the
we got-
Indominus, yeah.
Yes, we got the Repulsor. He's got the Heavy Onslaught, the Last Cannons, Storm Bolters throughout. No Iron Hail there, nothing else just because I don't want to pay the points.
Okay,
We got 2 squads of Infiltrators,
okay.
just for the Deep Strike.
Those are the 12-inch denial
Yeah,
ones?
12-inch
Okay.
denial, the pop smoke. good stuff.
No.
The 10-man Hellblasters with the regular Hellblaster gun.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called. And we got the 10-man Intercessor squad who is going to pick up their veteran upgrade for all their good jinky stuff.
Oh, yeah. The veterans for the improved bolters and stuff. So, heck yeah, and that's 2,000 points. So, this will be interesting because we did not actually set up this match like a normal match. I was like, hey, Josh, you want to play? And he brought this, and I brought that. And it's going to be interesting because I have a lot of deep striking. So, that right there might be an issue. So let's go on to the mission and deployment. Josh forgot something. What else do you have?
So we got a Gravis captain,
Okay.
and then we got the Phobos captain, who's going to be my warlord. He's going to take target priority. You ran into that recently. Yeah, target priority, the +1 to hit. The relic is going on the standard bearer for the Emperor Ascendant, the 3-up.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's going to be upgraded to the chapter master.
Okay. See, that warlord trait actually is really damn good, and especially because I got those, which I rely on my -1 to hit. Yeah, hate you. All right, now we'll go to the deployment and everything. Playing mission 5 from ITC, and I actually picked the pre-built table in the shop because I thought it would be a nice thematic thing. So it's supposed to look like a I guess like a battlefield here. So we do have our 4 objectives set out. They are 18 inches from the edge and 12 inches from the long edge and 18 inches from the short edges. And for our missions, so Josh went ahead and picked engineers, which we'll talk about our engineer squads here in a few. Old school, and then mark for death. He marked my plague bearers, my obliterators, my terminators, and my one of my demon princes. And then for me, I took headhunter because he has a ton of characters, engineers, and marked for death. And I marked his intercessors, his interceptors, his repulsor, and his hellblasters because those have to die. So if they don't die, I've probably lost anyway. So. And yeah, so we'll go ahead, we'll roll off, we'll do deployment, and I'll be right back. Alright, so we are deployed. So I lined up my plague bearers in a big old wall here. They're one of my engineer squads because in this list, they are not meant to really kill. They're meant to hold stuff. And then my nerdlings are actually hidden in that building. And you can see all my deep strikers. So I paid 2 CP for the demons deep strike, and then those deep strike naturally. I did deploy the Terminator, or sorry, my Chaos Lord right there with the exoskeleton relic. And then you can see Josh set up a giant null zone for my jumping in because he's got his infiltrators there, his other guys there. Or sorry, yeah. And that we're counting these as cover, so they're hiding in cover next, and they're his engineers as well. And he's got his huge death blob there in the middle. So, but I did finish deploying first, so we're gonna roll off. So Josh. Gotta grab his dice. Ready? Oh, you can't beat that. Are you gonna try to seize?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to seize.
I figured you were. Alright, so off to round 1. So the end of the demons turn 1, it did not go very well for me. So I did move up all the plague bearers, kept them in their little zigzag formation here. Arimon's hanging out over there. I moved this prince up here with the intent to warp time himself towards his little blob here. And I rolled a 5 for warp time, which fails. Used my used a reroll from Gaze of Fate for the 1, rolled a 1. Then used the CP to reroll the 4 for a 5 and rolled a 4 again. So
wasn't meant to be.
Was not meant to be. So that was really bad. And that was it because right now all my shooting is off the board. So, but yeah. Well, so I scored a point. I didn't get any headhunter, and engineers is not scored till turn 2. So now it's Josh's turn to. Oh, I forgot to cast miasma. Let me do that real quick. I'm gonna do that while I'm on camera. It does not go off. So, and I probably should have saved my command point reroll for that. So, all right. Yeah, this is gonna be horrible. Your turn. So the end of Josh's turn one it actually went really well for him. He was able to kill the demon prince out front, and yeah, I failed a reroll on a 3-up invone against the last cannon. It was a bad day, but it wouldn't have mattered. The Hellblasters ended up finishing him off after the after that unloaded on the demon prince, and then he went ahead and killed a few demons over there. I actually need to roll morale real quick. Do that on camera. I roll 1. So I get D6
back. Yep.
Yeah, so I get 2 back.
Awesome.
So we'll go ahead and place a couple plate bearers over there. So right now the score though, Josh actually has 5 points, and I have 1. Not a very good showing so far, but I did feed him a demon prince on a, yeah, what should have worked, but
Unintentional.
yeah, completely unintentional. But you know what? Sometimes things don't work. So, but now I actually get to bring my army in. So we'll move on to my round. All right, so the end of my turn 2, things are not going well at all. I did kill his tank there. Then I unloaded the obliterators into his hellblasters, and he made something like 7 saves because I did only roll AP -1. And then I forgot I was Iron Warriors, so he might have failed a few more, but it doesn't really matter. My Lord charged in, and I did not know they were AP -2 autocannons, so I lost the Lord. And then these guys right here passed a ton of saves. I can't even remember how many, like 17.
Yeah, 60 shots he did a wound.
Yeah, I did 60 shots at him from the horrors here. He passed a ton of saves, and that's that. So, yeah, things are not looking well. I did lose obliterators to overcharged plasma. It is not my weekend. So, yeah, we'll go over to Josh's. Oh, so sorry, I did score. No, I scored an engineer point and 1 mark for death point for killing the repulsors. So, but yeah, all right, on to Josh's turn. All right, so the end of Josh's turn 2. He went ahead and unloaded everything and cleared out my pink horrors and most of the plague bears after morale, and that was about it. So he didn't really have much movement. It's not going well for me. I don't have much left. I do have still the Terminators, but yeah, Josh's dice have just your dice have destroyed me this game. So, but hey, whatever, it's a game, right? So right now the score is he is ahead 10-5. So, and we'll see what happens at during my turn 3. So. So the end of my turn 3, I will say this officially, I don't think this list works. Well, your dice didn't help, but this list is not doing well at all. Yeah. But, so the Demon Prince made his charge up there. Out of 7 saves, he made all but 1, 5 up. So, killed 1 Hellblaster, and that was it. That is all I did. All my psychic spells, either they didn't go off or I couldn't do anything. Because I did kill a dude with a smite, and then he ended up doing 4 wounds with this suppressor dudes on my Demon Prince, and I failed all my saves. So this is just not going well at all, man. This is not going well. So yeah, so we're gonna move it to his turn. I didn't kill anything, so yeah, I'm probably gonna call it after the next turn, depending on how bad it is. So on to Josh's turn. All right, the end of Josh's turn. What is this? 3? Turn 3. He's way ahead right now. He's got 3, 4, 13 points, and I've only got 7 points. Anyways, so he killed most of the plague bears. I have 1 left, and he killed the Demon Prince up there after running away. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't have much else to say about that. Do you have anything to say?
I'm surprised. I'm very surprised.
I'm not.
I haven't played a game this well with.
Well, I mean, I failed miasma turn 1, and then you were just able to hose down everything, and then failing, warp time and everything else. Like,
if you'd have gotten warp time off, you'd have been easy.
I'm failing so many things; it's ridiculous. So, but it is what it is. So I will come back at the end of my next turn.
Killed 1, 2,
3, 4. Yep. Wow. So a little bit of a swing in my favor, finally. Charged in here and over here, and I was able to kill all the interceptors and both the captain and his Phobos librarian. Regular librarian. In return, he killed, I think, 2 Terminators. Yeah, 2 Terminators. I think he killed 1 on Overwatch, too. But they're good. And I did shoot up the suppressors here. And killed 2 more Hellblasters up there. So, I don't know. I still think he has it. The points right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 11, 12, 13, and he has 3, 6, 9. He has 13. So, but he's got an easy to score point there. That guy refuses to die. So
he's done it this
yeah,
turn.
yeah, maybe he will.
Myself.
I don't know. Can't say. I'm actually starting to get a slow swing in luck, but he still has his little blob of craziness going up there. So, yeah, we'll see what happens in his turn 4. All right, so the end of Josh's turn 4, so I guess it's good I didn't quit. So he shot a lot of stuff, and he killed off the last Plague Bearer. He did finally kill off my Obliterator. They're in the middle. And then he unloaded on the Terminators. He killed 2 of them. And then, because he had to fall back away from the objective, he decided to charge his Intercessors in. But I rolled really well with the flails, and between them and Ahriman, I actually cleared 7 Intercessors in 1 combat. So that's partially thanks to Prescience and Diabolic Strength getting off on this unit last turn. So, but now he has no way to deny my spells. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But now, so he's still way ahead of me on, well, we're tied on secondaries now. He has 8, I have 8. And he has 3, 6, 9, 11 primary. And I have 4, I have 8 primary. So he's still ahead by 3 points. So, but he still has his castle. Like, I'm still raiding his castle. So we'll see what happens at the end of my turn 5. So even if I lose at this point, at least I made a game of it in the end. Because there for a while it looked like I was just going to not do anything. So, all right. So the end of the Chaos turn 5. So the Terminators are swinging the game very slowly. Now Josh made a valid point. I'm probably going to lose him this turn because he has enough damage to weapons. Now, one caveat to that. So I moved the Poxbringer over this way, and the closest visible was his captain was actually here in the corner here. And because he's on the 2nd floor, right, he would technically be visible. So I smited him, and then actually Ahriman Doom bolted him, and with the Gaze of Fate reroll, I killed him. So I killed the captain finally, and then charged in, killed the aggressors, and killed the infiltrator guys. So yeah, actually cleared this area now. I've just got this dude hanging out by this objective. So, but he still has flyers. He still has Hellblasters. He still has a lieutenant, and I don't know what else. Apothecary, banner. So, and that he still has those guys, which they're going to be hanging out this turn though anyway, scoring a point. But yeah, so right now I'm just slightly ahead by 1 point on secondaries. And yeah, we'll see what happens on this turn for Josh, because this could actually be the turn where either I tie or come ahead. But he's been outscoring me on the primaries, so really it comes down to these last 2 turns. So we'll see what happens on Josh's turn 5. So the end of Josh's turn 5. His Hellblasters actually shot a ton of stuff. He did like 5 wounds, but I saved all but 2. You know, feel no pain then, so I rolled 2, rolled a 6 and a 4, and then rolled 2 more, and then he killed a Terminator, and then his suppressors decided to not hit anything this time. So I feel like once I killed the captain, maybe I broke the linchpin, I don't know. But now I've got the Terminators and my Psychers all threatening his dudes there. So as of right now, we are tied. We're exactly tied. So yeah, we'll see what happens on the. This is the very last turn. So, and I'm obviously not going to kill those dudes in the corners. All right, my turn. All right, so the Terminators rampage continues. They cut underneath there. They charged up 4, and yeah, you can see what happened. I did get Prescience and Diabolic Strength off, and this flail particularly rolled 9 attacks and then generated 9 more. It was ridiculous, and killed a lieutenant. That was all on a lieutenant. So killed the apothecary and killed his suppressors finally. So the whole idea there was to basically wipe out his ability to get to this objective and stop me from scoring it. I wanted to get to the Hellblasters, but I couldn't, because even with my dudes being on the bottom floor there, I would have had to have rolled pretty good to basically get to where I could touch them. So yeah, his turn's basically be falling back and trying to secure his last mark for death point.
Nah, I'm gonna try something different, but it's gonna be a secret.
Oh, he's got a secret. All right, let's see what happens. All right, so Josh, so he actually had a different plan. Sadly, it didn't work out. He fell back with the banner there. He hopped both Hellblasters down here. They rapid fired into the Poxbringer. He rolled 2 1s, a 2, and a 6 to hit, and then wounded me. I failed to save and failed both feel no pains, which left me at 1. Which meant he would be able to banner and shoot again, but then he failed both banners.
So that would have given me two points if I had killed him.
It would have given him a 2-point swing, but instead it actually gave me 1 more point because that was my last mark for death point. So, yeah. So ultimately, this game was decided by a unit of Terminators. Yeah.
I rolled really badly.
You did. Like, it swung.
The last 2 turns were really bad.
It swung the opposite way from, like, he was hitting everything, wounding everything, to now he couldn't. Well, he could either hit me or he couldn't wound me, or vice versa. And then I was actually making a lot of 4-up in-wound saves. So, yeah, and those flails, man, those flails with prescience is. I'm gonna do that from now on. That was pretty dumb. That was pretty dumb. So, what were your thoughts overall, Josh?
This game was better than the last one. I'm glad the last one didn't work out filming because that was hot garbage.
Yeah.
Overall, it was really fun. ITC's a little different.
Yeah.
As far as, you know, half the decisions I made I wouldn't have made if we weren't playing ITC.
Yeah.
But no, it was a good game. The Terminators, I knew I had to deal with them eventually, and I didn't. So that's how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, it was a. I did, man. Those first 3 turns, I thought you had me. Like they.
I did.
Yeah.
I had you dead to rights.
Yeah, you had me dead to rights. Like he wiped out close to 1,500 points in my army, and I had no response to him. Like I killed a tank, like 3 turns. You guys actually see the battle points here.
Through turn 3, you had 1 unit kill.
Yeah. I killed 1 on turn 2. That was it. So, really, it was those last 3 turns that turned the game around. So
once you get into close combat with this list,
Yeah.
I don't have any close combat specialists. So
Well, but it was good though. So you vastly changed your last list, which didn't have the banner. It didn't have
banner.
which gave you the ability to shoot after I killed something in combat. So, which is, yeah, I mean, I think it's a lot better than your previous list. And honestly, I was surprised at those autocannons. So I didn't know the autocannons were -2 AP, and those things are actually
Primaris cannons, a little bit better.
yeah, which those are really good against Terminators. Like, because normally you take normal autocannons, those are even better. So, no, it was a great game, dude. And so ultimately, the score was 12. I had 24, 27, 28 on my side. Josh had 4, 5, 6,
I at least maxed out injuries.
9. Yeah, you did. 10, 14, 17. He had 23, so it was 28 to 23. So it was real close. Had that 2-point swing happen, actually it would have been 3 points. I think I would have won maybe by 1 or 2. So, which means, I mean, that's good, dude. That's really good. I will say this list, I was not. I don't know, man. Those obliterators were a huge letdown. So.
No, yeah. I thought you were going to call it after.
Oh, God, yeah, because that was bad. Yeah, shooting some Hellblasters and you lose all your obliterators for what, two Hellblasters, 3 Hellblasters? Yeah, that was... But anyways, man, good game. We'll get a rematch. And, yeah, I'll see you guys on the next battle report. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this battle report. Yes, I am filming in my car. I just pulled into my garage. And so thank you, Josh, for filming with me. I know it was spur of the moment. One thing I have realized over the last few days is yesterday I had played in a tournament, and in my 3rd round I started getting salty there. And I'd never played a list like Kevin's, right? And he was just destroying me. And then today against Josh, I took a list that was probably suboptimal. I was trying some janky stuff that I didn't know if it was going to work, and obviously it wasn't working. And so I was starting to get a little butthurt because, well, my dice were abandoning me. I couldn't cast spells to save my damn life, and Josh just couldn't miss a shot for 3 turns. It was really bad. So, I mean, the game was going downhill, and I stuck into it, and I mean, obviously, eventually I won. One thing I'm slowly trying to get better with this is that when I don't think it's when I'm losing. I think it's when things go so south that it feels like there's like nothing I can do like in my power to do anything to change the course of the game. And obviously this game showed me that, you know, one unit can make a difference. The Terminators completely took over that game. Like, and it wasn't even like super good dice rolls. It was just the Terminators were so hard for Josh to deal with that it just took a few things and everything. I mean, they steamrolled that entire part of the board, even though he had that great denial bubble. And Josh's list also showed me, you know, gimmick lists like mine was kind of gimmicky, right? It was a lot of deep striking stuff, and it was literally the perfect counter to that list. You know, everything, all of his big guns were 2 damage, you know, -2 AP. He had huge denial, but like I could not get into his backfield no matter how much I tried. And it was just really good list, Josh. I actually really liked it. It was different, and I think it was better, way better than his last list that he ran against me. So thank you, Josh. And we did talk quite a bit. Not only did we, but actually the guys in my club, we sat there and we talked about like how he could have maybe picked a few secondaries that might have been slightly better for the for what we were actually playing. So as far as my list though, I don't think I'm gonna run it again. So I am attempting to make obliterators work, and I'm trying to do things. I think I need to think outside of the box, think outside of what I'm normally used to using. I know obliterators really need things like prescience to work. Veterans of the Long War, you know, you got to spend a lot of CP on them. So I need to go to the drawing board. I need to figure something out because I would really like to make them work. I don't think it's the price per se that's making them not work. Like I said, Josh's list, like if anything, was the perfect example of what I don't want to see with that list, because he did. I killed Hellblasters, and yes, he rolled really well for saves, but the ones that died then turned around and killed 2 obliterators, which is like the cost of the whole Hellblaster squad by itself. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, So I'm trying not to get salty. I realize I need to work on it. I don't tend to get really like that game was so bad in the beginning. Like Josh was like, "I'm sorry, man. I feel bad. I know like you're trying your best, but like I'm sorry." And I was like, "Dude, don't be sorry. You have a great list, and like you're doing what you're supposed to do, right?" And I mean, I still pulled it out in the end. Sorry, Josh, took it from you, but but no, it was a good game, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed filming it, and my car is actually really cold, so I don't want to go out in the North Carolina heat. That's why I'm doing it here. So I hope I see you guys in the next battle report here at Heretic Wargaming.